Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I know I haven't been on YouTube for a really long time, and that's because I got married and then I had my first workshop, which was so busy, and basically a lot of crappy excuses. First video today, filmed a first impressions on the new Illamasqua Vanitas collection. So I've created this full makeup look, eye makeup look, using the Vanitas eyeshadow palette. So the collection includes an eyeshadow palette and 5 lipsticks. So here's the eyeshadow palette. And I really like this eyeshadow palette. I'm going to give you guys a quick review slash first impressions. Absolutely love these colours. I love the fact that you've got in the palette your light shades. This is so amazing as a cheek highlight as well, if you wanted to use it as a cheek highlight. I have got this full size and do like to use it as a cheek highlight. And I love that you've got a really nice transition colour here, which would go with a lot of skin tones, majority skin tones. If you're a little bit darker, there's another darker transition colour here. And I love that you actually have a really nice bronze, and I love that you have like a darker bronze as well. And then you have this matte orange shade, which I absolutely love because I love orange tone eyeshadows to warm up the eye. I think they look stunning on every single skin tone, so I absolutely love that shade. And then obviously you get your matte black and you get your purples. Now I absolutely love purple shades, again with my oranges, to kind of put into the crease and into the eyeshadow. And then obviously you get a nude eyeshadow, so there are your nudes, so which is great because you get one for lighter skin, and you get one for darker skin too. So I use this one as an eyeshadow base, and then obviously I use these for an highlight. So I definitely think you can create a full makeup look and a number of different makeup looks with this palette. I definitely think you can create an everyday look as well as a more evening and dramatic look. So I think I'll definitely be using this palette again, and you guys will see it on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on there, it's at @LookAMillion. So yeah, that's the eyeshadow palette. There are 5 lipsticks in this Vanitas collection. Now if I'm correct, I think these are all permanent shades, but they come in the limited edition packaging, rose gold packaging. But actually I've never come across the shade Born before, which is what I'm wearing with Illamasqua Exquisite lip gloss on top. So maybe that isn't permanent, maybe that's released with the collection. I'm not sure, I could be wrong. It could just be a permanent colour and I've never come across it before. But all these shades are matte, I believe. So I am gonna put up swatch pictures in the video, so I will include a picture of swatches I took, but I will go through all the colours. I think my favourite definitely has to be Born, which is what I'm wearing. So this one's Born, and as you can see it's a really nice peachy colour, but it's not too nude. It's actually got a lot of colour to it, so you could definitely wear this you know, if you had light skin or if you had dark skin as well. I absolutely love this shade. It would look really nice on dark skin with maybe a chocolate lip liner as well. That would look really nice. The next shade is Wanton. Now Wanton is like a nudie pink, but as you can see with Wanton, I've had my lipsticks here under the hot lights and they're starting to melt, which is not good. So Wanton is like a really nice dusty rose. This one is Resist. Now I don't own Resist, but Resist is more of a hot pink. As you can see, it's very similar to Wanton, but it just has more of a pink undertone rather than, you know, a purple undertone. So the next one is Shad. Now I do have to say with Shad, it doesn't it doesn't actually come off as strong as it looks in the tube. So this is definitely, you know, something for you guys to consider. I would definitely kind of compare it to a shade such as Matte Rebel, which I know is so popular. It's like a purple shade, so as you can see it's very, very dark in the tube, but when you swatch it, it's a very comfortable matte. This, as you can see when you swap it, it's not as scary looking as it is in the tube. It's kind of like a nice sheer plum shade. The next one is Morphe. I absolutely love this shade. As you guys can see, this is super pigmented, and this is a dark chocolate brown, and I love this lipstick shade. I might actually swatch this one. I've used Hot Cocoa Lip Liner by NYX to line my lips, and I absolutely love this shade. So let me guys know what you think. So I'm starting off with Illamasqua Skin Base Lift Concealer, and this is to prime my eyelids and underneath my eyes. And then I'm setting this with 7 eyeshadow from the palette, and I'm using the Illamasqua smoothing brush. So this is going to prevent my eyeshadow from creasing and also give me a good base for all my other shadows to blend into. So as you guys can see, I am just patting this on top. Then I'm using Stealth eyeshadow from the palette, the lighter shade, and using this to set my brow bone. Then I'm going to take Vernqu eyeshadow, and I'm going to take this on the Sigma E40 Fluffy Blending Brush, which is one of my favorite brushes to blend out with. And as you guys can see, I'm just using windshield wiper motions to put this in the crease. I'm not being too neat with this. I am going to clean up my eyeshadow in a little bit, so I am just trying to get in a good transition colour. Now I'm taking Truth eyeshadow, which is a darker brown, and I'm just going to focus this on the outer corner to create dimension. As you can see, I'm not being neat at all with this. I just want to kind of get some colours softly in my eye to create that smoke effect. Now using the Morphe E22 brush, I'm still going in with the same eyeshadow, but because of the shape of the brush and the density, it's just going to give me a little bit more control, and also make the shadow come on a little bit more pigmented than before. Now I'm taking this plum shade, and I'm going to focus this on the outer corners of my eye. I'm still using the Morphe E22 brush for this, and as you can see, this really packs on the eyeshadow but blends it out really nicely as well. So again, I am going to clean up the eyeshadow, so there's no need to be so clean with this. So as you can see, I'm going in with my Sigma brush, and I'm just blending as I go along so there's no harsh edges. So I'm going in with a chocolate brown shade, and on the same Morphe brush, I'm applying this to the outer corner. So I'm just kind of sandwiching all my colours together so they look really nice and blended. So now I'm taking the Sigma E32 brush. I'm taking Slink eyeshadow. I have wet my brush with a Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day setting spray. Any setting spray or fixing spray will do. This is just to kind of give the eyeshadow a bit more of a foiled finish and give it kind of more of a wet and intense look. Even though all of the mascara eyeshadows are pretty much pigmented, I just find when you use the eyeshadow wet, it kind of just gives it like a little bit of more of, it gives it more dimension. That's just what I feel. I use a lot of shimmer eyeshadows wet if I really want them to pop.
Then I'm taking Bronx eyeshadow, which is from the palette. So this is the kind of gold shade from the palette, and I'm applying this again wet, and I'm applying this right near Slink eyeshadow, and as you can see, they blend really well together. So where the two eyeshadows meet, I'm just patting them together, and as you can see, they just effortlessly blend together. Then I'm taking Tango eyeshadow and using the same principle, I'm applying this next to Bronx eyeshadow, and because these colors are kind of similar, they blend really well together and really easily. My brush is wet, and yeah, I love using my brush wet for shimmer eyeshadows. So now I'm taking the Morphe M503 brush. I'm taking the dark shades from the palette, and as you can see, this brush is super dense, which means it really packs on eyeshadow. It really gives me full intensity, and I'm applying this on the outer part of the eye, and I'm kind of winging out this eyeshadow a little bit. It doesn't have to be too neat because I am going to clean this up with a wipe, but I really want to pack this eyeshadow on there. Now I'm taking my makeup wipe, and as you can see, I am just following my lower lash line up, and I'm really cleaning up the shape of the eyeshadow. This is so easy, and this is the easiest way to get that sharp line and that clean kind of eyeshadow look line. So now I'm taking Slink, and I'm taking this on a Sigma flat brush, and as you can see, I'm just applying this on the brow bone to kind of give the highest point of my arch a glow and a shimmer. Now I'm taking my favourite matte eyeliner at the moment, and this is Maybelline matte eyeliner, and I absolutely love this. It is so black, and I love that it sets super matte. This eyeliner and the NYX matte liquid liner I highly recommend. I don't know why, I just find that cheaper eyeliners are the best ones. And the NYX one and this Maybelline one is my absolute favourite. So I'm just drawing a straight line on both of my eyes. And as you can see, I'm just trying to be super straight with this. But I don't want too much of a thick line, but I don't want the line to be too thin where it's not visible. So I'm just going for kind of a thickness in the middle. I am going to apply lashes, so I do want the line to show through the lashes. Now I'm taking my eye cream. This is one by Cheedem. If you guys use Look1Million10 on her website, you will get 10% off. I will post details about that below. This is super hydrating. You always want something hydrating under your eyes before you go in with your concealer. So I'm really, not missing a spot with the eye cream. Now I'm taking my Skin Based Lift. I'm taking this brush by Billion Dollar Brows, and as you guys can see, the shape of this brush really helps me to clean up that line. I really want to use the concealer to kind of emphasize on the line that I've created and really help give my shadow that clean kind of perfection look. So yeah, I'm just blending this in with my fingers because I applied the eye cream. It's just got something really nice to melt into, so it won't cling to dry patches. It'll just glide on very smoothly. So this is why my eye cream is very important when I go to do this step. Because if you're applying a concealer on dry skin, it doesn't tend to blend out as well. So as you can see, I'm just kind of creating my line, and then I'm dragging downwards and just patting in with my finger because I really want this to melt into the skin. Now I'm going in with my moisturiser. I'm just using Nivea Soft at the moment. I'm really loving this moisturiser at the moment. I have very dry skin, and this is just working for me at the moment, so this is what I'm using. Now I really want that glowy look, so I'm using Illamasqua Radiance Veil Primer, and this is really going to give me that glow when I go to apply my foundation. So I'm actually applying this all over my face. Now I'm taking my Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Primer and I'm just applying this around my nose. I just find that this really helps my foundation and concealer just go on really nice and smooth. So I'm taking my favourite foundation, which is Illamasqua Skin Based Foundation. This is 6.5. Oh no, actually this is 7.5. I like to go for a bit of a warmer colour to give my face a little bit of colour. So as you can see, I'm just applying this with my fingers. This is a super full coverage foundation. I absolutely love this foundation for, you know, when I'm doing a dramatic makeup look. So I'm using a damp beauty blender to blend this out. And as you guys can see, on its own, this gives me amazing coverage. It really helps me cover my redness. And I find that as well, it sits really well on my dry skin. It kind of has a semi-matte finish, so it's not a completely dewy foundation, but it's not completely matte, you know, either. So I have this in my kit, and I do find that it works with, you know, a majority of skin types. Also keep in mind, whatever you use underneath your foundation will affect how it looks on the top. So I'm using my absolute favourite concealer to cover my under eye circles, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer, and this is in shade 2.5, and I just find this shade in particular is what really helps cover my under eye circles. It has quite a strong salmon undertone. Even though it is labelled as a concealer, not a corrector, I do feel like this is more of a corrector for me, and I'm kind of running out of this concealer, but I absolutely can't live without it, so I will be purchasing another one. And as you can see, I'm using my beauty blender just to blend this out. This is a super creamy formula. Now, you guys didn't see because I had a blurry clip, but I'm now using the Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer to highlight my face. So I just use the same technique as my concealer. And I'm going to set that with the Laura Mercier's translucent powder, and I'm using my damp beauty blender for this. So as you guys can see, I don't apply too much loose powder, but just enough to set, and I really press that into my skin because I really want to lock that concealer in and I don't want any creases. So I'm applying this right on the sides of my nose, on my chin, anywhere I applied the Sensual Skin Enhancer. I don't apply this on my upper lip though because I find that it breaks up my foundation. So this is just a Morphe tapered brush, and I'm just going to brush away all the excess powder. I don't leave mine to sit for too long because I have dry skin. I just find like I don't need to, so I'm just brushing away all the excess powder. I love this powder. It is one of the best powders on the market. So now I'm taking Illamasqua Heroin eyeshadow. This is an amazing grey toned eyeshadow, and this is so good to contour if you have light to medium skin. It gives you a really nice natural contour and it blends so amazing. And this is an Anastasia brush. So I really like this eyeshadow to contour with. I love how natural it is, so it's kind of foolproof. And then I'm taking this Sigma brush, and I am using this to contour my nose. I'm still going in with the Heroin eyeshadow, and as you can see, it just makes nose contouring so effortless because it just makes the powder so easy to blend, and the powder looks so natural on the skin as well because of the shade that it is. It's not too grey, but it's not too warm, and that's what makes it, for me, the perfect contour shade. You can build this up as well, but I'm going to go in with my bronzer. So I'm using the Too Faced chocolate bronzer and this big Morphe powder brush, and I am just going to warm up my cheekbones and warm up my face with this powder. I absolutely love this powder. I love that it smells good, and I love the colour of it. It's not too orange, so it's a perfect colour to warm up my skin. Now I'm taking my Bobbi Brown face mist and my Illamasqua OMG highlighter. So this is a small Morphe blending brush, and I'm going to spray my face first with the setting spray or the hydration spray, and this is just going to make my highlight come out a lot stronger. So as you can see, I'm patting my highlight on. The reason why I'm not swiping is because my cheek is wet. I don't want to move my concealer and powder underneath. So by patting and blending, it's just going to kind of set the powder in place. And then as you can see, as my skin starts to dry, I can kind of buff away the highlight. So I am applying this on the tops of my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, and my chin. I do apply this before the blush because I just find I can go on really heavy, and then when I apply my blush, it kind of blends my contour, bronzer, and my highlight all together as one. So now I'm taking my blush, and I'm using Illamasqua Alluring Blush, which is kind of like a rose, a deep rose bronze, and it has slight shimmer in. And I am just going to use this on a makeup, hair, and addiction brush, and I'm just going to buff this on my cheeks. Now I'm taking this orange shade, and I'm taking my all-time lower lash line blending brush, and this is the Smolder brush by Illamasqua. It's domed and super dense, so I love that you can control the intensity of the eyeshadow. I'm connecting this to the line we created with the makeup wipe, so we want everything to kind of mold together. I'm really buffing this eyeshadow out. Then I'm taking the plums from the eyeshadow palette and using the same technique. I'm just applying this on the outer part of the eye. And again, I'm really buffing that into the lower lash line. I really like to smoke out my lower lash line, and I actually can't do this without that brush. So yeah, I'm taking the Illamasqua Slick Stick. This is in a dark brown shade, and I'm just applying this in my waterline. It is waterproof, so it won't budge. And then I'm taking these Eldora false eyelashes, my mascara, which is by Eye of Horus, and these are the M503 multi-layered lashes. As you can see, they are really nice. They really help open up my eyes because they are multi-layered. Then I'm taking the Illamasqua Slick Stick in True, which is obviously a really nice pink nude shade, and I'm just lining my lips. As you can see, my lips are super dry. I'm going to fill them in with Born lipstick, as you guys can see. It's a perfect peachy nude, and it's not too nude. We're just going to wash out my complexion, so it's got a little bit of colour to it. And as you can see, it glides on even though it is a matte formula. So I'm applying this all over my lips, and this is my completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!